All right, we have the start. Yep, perfect. We got the heads up from them. So I'm going to start by reading the warrant. Warrant Annual Town Meeting, Cumberland County, State of Maine, to Ruth Ann Lebrecht, a resident of the town of Standish, County of Cumberland, State of Maine. Greetings in the name of the State of Maine. You are hereby required to notify.
I'd like to make a motion to waive the reading of the warrant.
Second.
All in favor? All right, so we'll go ahead and start off with Article 1, to elect a moderator by a written ballot to preside at said meeting. Do we have any nominations for a moderator?
I nominate Bill Dale.
Second that.
And do we have any other nominations?
I'll make a motion for nominations to cease.
Second.
All right, nominations have ceased. Yep, and then we're gonna go ahead and vote, so we need at least 3 written votes here. For Bill Dale.
We have to vote on the motions.
Okay, can we get a vote for nominations to cease? All in favor? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thanks.
Sure.
My mother's ears caught that.
So we have 3 votes for Bill Dale. So, Bill, we will go ahead and read your oath. You can raise your right hand. I, Bill Dale,
I
do swear
do swear
that I will support the Constitution
to support the Constitution
of the United States and of this state,
of the United States and of this state,
so as long as I shall continue a citizen thereof.
so long as I shall continue a citizen thereof.
I do swear that I will discharge,
I do swear that I will discharge
to the best of my
to the
abilities,
best of my ability
the duties incumbent
incumbent
on me as moderator
on me as moderator
of this annual town meeting,
of this annual town meeting
according to the Constitution and laws of the state of Maine.
according to the Constitution and laws.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, couple of quick procedural rules. We have a number of people who are not Standish voters who may want to speak today. We need a motion for a 2/3 vote to elect those people who are not Standish voters. Have a motion? Ms. Chapman, second down there. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor so indicate by raising your card. Thank you. During the course of this meeting, if there are any issues that are between the audience and me as the moderator, 7 of you raise your card, we'll then have a full debate on that and vote on that. Otherwise, we're gonna go right through the warrant. If there's anything unusual outside the warrant, we need a 2/3 vote. That being said, on each article, I will read the article, entertain a motion to pass, and then we'll have discussion. Article 2.
I move we vote on Articles 2 through 35 consecutively.
I second it.
Moved and seconded to take Articles 2 through 35 all at once, with discussion on all of them. This is out of the ordinary, so we'll move to vote on that. All those in favor of taking Articles approved, raising your cards. Those in opposition, you have adopted that procedure. That having been said, start with Article 2. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Don't want to go too fast for you. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Raise your card if you want discussion on these. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and finally 35. Anybody want to have discussion on any one of those articles? If so, raise your card. Seeing none, the motion before the town meeting is to consider them all at once, so all those in favor, please so indicate. Raise your card. Those opposed? You have adopted Article 2 through 35, is written in the warrant. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Two-year-old there. Moved and seconded. All those in favor of adjourning, so indicate. Thank you for adjourning.
Just trying, I thought it was.
Yeah. Right.
So next up, we're gonna go ahead and move right into the special town council meeting. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Have you all?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so if we could go ahead and get Brian Libby, Benjamin Macri, and Sue Braun up here at the podium. We're gonna go ahead and start with the swearing in. And I'm just gonna give you guys this so you can follow along. And Brian. Thank you. All right, go ahead and raise your right hand. I state your name,
Susan Braun,
Benjamin Macri,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
and will obey the laws of the United States
and will obey the laws of the United States
and of the state of Maine,
and of the state of Maine,
and that I will in all respects
and that I will in all respects
observe the provisions of the charter and ordinances
observe the provisions of the charter and ordinances
of the town of Standish,
Town of Standish,
and will faithfully discharge
and will faithfully discharge
the duties of
the duties of
and state chair.
Town Council Area
at
2.
large.
Thank you. All right, you can go ahead and have a seat up here. Here are your name tags. Yep, I think we're gonna go ahead and do the exchange of the counselor.
Brandon will take
Oh, you don't need.
our vice chair.
Did you say that?
Thomas.
Yep. Do you want me to move over here for now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so next up, we start with the election of council chair. Do we have any nominations?
Nominate Brandon Watson.
Second that.
And Brian, any other nominations for chair?
I'd like to nominate Jen Thomas.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
All right, any other nominations? Can we get a motion for nominations to cease?
Make a motion nominations to cease.
Okay, in a second.
Second.
Okay.
Can I ask a question? Is this considered a part of business where there's comment allowed prior to?
We don't typically do that.
For you or for the audience?
For the public and for us? Yeah, is it,
Public comments
is
during
public
this?
comment allowed prior to nominating an election of chair and vice chair?
I would think that that's the order of business right now, but I'm gonna check with the moderator. I think the order of business is to proceed. with-
Okay, thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
But give me a moment.
Can I get you to sign your own flyer up here? Thank you. And,
The moderator disagreed with what I said, so he's gonna explain.
Oh, wait, he come to the podium.
yeah, come to the, yeah.
Again, Bill Dell, the former town attorney and current moderator, I think it is debatable. We can have discussion on it. No reason not to.
Well, there we have it. So let's go ahead and have a discussion.
Can we open it to the public first? And
Oh, to
then-
the public, okay.
Yep. Since the town council, we're stewards for the residents, I think it's fair that the residents have a say. If anyone would like to say anything. Might be short.
Would anyone like to speak?
Maury Hill, Standish, 20 Wildwoods Road. I just hope, because this is going to be balanced town council, and I hope that all opinions will be considered, all thoughts will be considered going forward. So I'm just making that as a public statement because our town council is really a nonpartisan position. And I hope that people will respect that as opposed to sometimes the displays I see before voting. So thank you.
Any other public comment?
I just want to reiterate, Anthony Folsom, I just want to reiterate what she just said. I believe that the town council is supposed to represent the people of the town, not the parties, and I wish I'd like to see the town council coming together as working together instead of against each other at times. So I'd like to see that. Thank you.
I think that train has left the station. I think we know that, Murray. You're responsible for some of this bipartisan stuff on the council. Who's the vice chair right now? Normally, before we had people divided on this council because of parties, the vice chair always assumed the chair position. That was the norm. If you're vice chair, you move to chair. You were elected as vice chair by your peers, you move to vice chair the next year. That's, if you look on that board, probably 90% of them, other than Deacon, was probably chair, vice chair, and then move to chair. So yeah, I agree. If you want to end this, you have a right to do it right now because Brandon Watson's your vice chair. So if that's true and we really want to end this, we have a great time to show it today. Elect your vice chair. That's how it's always been in the past. Thank you.
Izzy Higgins, 215 Bonnie Eagle Road. That was and has been for a long time, as Phil says, a tradition, but it has not always been followed. And I think that the bipartisanship that has reared its head among voters and among the population in general needs to be assuaged by collaboration and working together instead of in opposition. So some balance is a good thing, and I think that collaboration is where this is going to find a solution. Thank you.
Any other public comment?
Mari Hill, Wellridge Road. I just want to make an observation that in the past, when there has been partisanship and there's been a chair and then a vice chair, I have seen that position pass back and forth. And some people in this room know that that has happened. And basically, it's been a way to control anything that's brought forward. And I don't want to see that again. I think there really has to be balance in terms of who will be chair and who will assume the vice chair position. Because otherwise, we just get locked into this bipartisanship. Not bipartisanship, but partisanship without really representing all of the people here in Standish. Thank you.
Any other public comment? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and roll right into voting.
Can we make comments?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
Public-
that's okay.
I'm used to doing this. Okay, councilor comments.
On Jen's behalf, the year that I have served, she has kind of been a mentor for me. She knows Robert's rules. She has the public interest at heart. She votes for the best of the most people of the town. And she's good at kind of reining in the meeting when things slip awry. I think she'd be fantastic chair, and she's bipartisan. She comes to the meetings prepared. She reads her material ahead of time, and I think the meetings would flow smoothly. I think Jen would be a great chair.
Brendan?
I'd just like to say, for what it's worth, for those who want, bipartisan, I think there's some pictures out there that I not only had one party sign in my yard, but I had both parties' signs in my yard supporting. So I am, and will remain bipartisan and look at both sides and listen to all people.
Any other council yes.
So this is gonna be fun. Let's cut the crap for a minute. What you're gonna see is you're gonna see 3 votes for one and 3 votes for another. And what you need is 4 votes. So what most people don't know is that the town, and maybe most people here do know this, that the chair gets to decide what gets put on to the agenda. So what I've seen in my first year and all the way through is that, well, not all the way through. My first year, no, not my first year, before I started, there were things that people wanted to bring up and the chair would not put them on there. So there was no discussion. There was ordinance changes, there were other things that people wanted in the town, and all of a sudden they came up the first session of the next time because the chair would not allow it. So let's make this about running the meetings. Let's talk about how do we not have the chair have that power, since it is kind of split right now 3-3. So an idea would be to say that any town councillor for this session, this year, any town councillor can put something on the agenda, and that councillor is the only person that could remove it from the agenda. That way, we're talking about a power sharing thing. If somebody up here wants something to be talked about, then let's talk about it. Let's put it to a vote and let people talk about it. The other power that the chair has is committee assignments. So they're the people that assign the rest of us to the committees and the chairs. Well, a lot of times people want certain committees anyways. Let's have a discussion. Let's work it out. Let's talk about it right here on the camera and say, hey, I want this, I would like to be on this committee, this committee. Okay, no one else wants to be on it, then let's do that. Let's show the town of Standish that we can work together and we can do this and move the town forward. So that's what I would say. Now, I don't know how we can make that happen or if that's possible, but I think that is a great way. And then what the chair becomes is only running the meetings. There's not really power there. It's just about moving the meetings forward. And I think we can agree on that pretty dang easily. So that's my thoughts.
Thank you. Any other?
Yeah, I just wanted to make a comment. So according to our rules of procedure, anyone can, it's Angela and I help create the agenda, and I don't think that I've had anyone, or probably not Angela, come and say we wouldn't put something on there. So I agree with you that the chair puts the committees together, but really honestly, in my experience in the past 4 years, I haven't told anyone no to not bring something forward.
I know it happened before you were around.
Sure.
It absolutely did happen.
So I have no doubt.
I was on the council 16 years and 3. I have never had a council member
This is not public comment.
ever be able to put something on.
Are there any other council comment?
Right now, shut your trap.
Any other council comment, Jen?
I'd just like to advocate for myself. I think my voting record speaks for itself. There's no politics involved in my voting. My voting has to deal with what's best for the town. And I think I've demonstrated that through my actions.
Anything else from council? All right, so now we'll go into the voting. And we'll go ahead and vote by show of hands. So we'll go ahead and start with Brandon since he was nominated first. So can I get a show of hands for Brandon Watson to be chair? So that's 3. And a show of hands for no on Brandon. Okay, and then, so that's a tie. Moving on to Jen. Show of hands for Jen Thomas to be chair. 3. Show of hands for no's. 3. So what typically happens what is going to happen, since there was not a vote of 4, is the vice chair currently will be the acting chair going forward until we can make a decision. So at the next meeting, we'll go ahead and do this again. And that will be on July 14th. So Brandon, if I could have you come on over and we'll go ahead and do election of vice chair. I'm gonna go grab it.
So we'll take nominations for vice chair.
I make a motion to suspend the voting for vice chair and move elected chair.
Second.
All in favor? It was unanimous.
All right.
So we're going to new business.
All right, so we will go ahead and start with 57-26, order declaring vacancy in at-large town council seat. Whereas Section 202 of the Standish Town Charter sets forth certain qualifications for all members of the town council, including but not limited to the requirements that all councilors be qualified voters of the town and shall reside in the town during their terms of office. And whereas the town clerk has verified that Terrence Christie, an at-large councilor whose term expires in June of 2027, is no longer a qualified voter or resident of Standish. And whereas consistent with Section 202C1 of Standish Town Charter, a councilor shall forfeit their office if they lack at any time during his or her term of office any of the qualifications for the office prescribed by this charter or by law. And whereas Councilor Christie's failure to remain a qualified voter and resident of Standish indicates his lack of qualification for the office of councilor and the subsequent forfeiture of that office. Now therefore be it that the town council A declares the at-large seat occupied by Councilor Terrence Christie to be vacant, and B directs the committee on appointments to convene to review candidates and make a recommendation to the full council of an individual to fill this vacant seat until next regularly held municipal election, as set forth in Section 202D of the Standish Town Charter.
Is there any public comments on this? Okay, seeing none, any councilor comments? Mr. Macri?
So I've been out
When are we able to talk about what's going on with Terry? And did this just happen?
We got notification. So what happens when you register to vote in another town? We get notification as clerks, and we got notification which we brought forth to council.
And did that just happen, that notification, or is it?
Yep, it just happened last week.
Any other questions? Okay, seeing none, can we have a roll call, please?
Braun,
Yes.
Libby,
Yes.
Macri,
Yes.
Strubing,
Yes.
Thomas, and Watson.
Yes.
Moving on to 58-26, adopt Standish Town Council Rules of Procedure. Order that the council adopts the Standish Town Council Rules of Procedure dated August 2001 as amended as the procedural document for the town council.
Any public comments? Okay, seeing none, council comments on this order? Seeing none, let's have a roll call.
Braun,
Yes.
Libby,
Yes.
Macri,
Yes.
Strubing,
Yes.
Thomas, and Watson.
Yes.
59-26, temporarily suspend the rules of procedure to fill vacancies on the Appointments Committee. Whereas the Standish Town Council Appointments Committee currently requires the immediate appointment of members following the recent election, and whereas these appointments are urgently needed to address the vacancy and change in status regarding Councilor Christie's seat, now therefore be it ordered by the Standish Town Council that the rules of procedure are hereby temporarily suspended to allow for the temporary appointment of members to the Appointments Committee, effective until such time as the new council chair makes their official committee appointments.
Public comments?
Christopher Strubing, 188 Lake Road. I think for the appointments, it should be the entire town council, not 3 members. Thank you.
There's been 38.
Sorry, name and.
Phil Palmer, 57 Northeast Road. There's been 38 chairs of the town council. I've served with like 18 of them, 17 or 18. And not one time, Mr. Macri, have I ever, as a counselor or one of those people that have got elected as chair, I know if they haven't put something on an agenda.
Point of order, that's not relevant to this, that's not relevant to this particular
That's what I'm saying. When you insult people on that board, it
Wait,
pisses me off.
public items on this, I'll have you come back up if you want to speak again. Anything about this particular order?
Oh.
Come on up.
Sorry, I'm slow. Go, Maureen. Taking a minute to get up there.
Thank you. Laurie Hill from Waterford Road. I mean, I think this speaks to the difficulty that we've had in the past in terms of appointments. And that appointments committee really needs balance. And my observation, just as a citizen here, is that there has not been balance. So again, if you're really committed to listening to everybody and examining all people who come forth, then that committee really needs to be balanced.
Can I respond to that? Or is it still public?
Still public comments. Thank you. Thank you,
So
Maureen.
that's, we're watching to see really if actions speak louder than words.
Todd Delaney, 115 Spear Road. Reality is the subcommittees are structured of the structure of things. Just because you have 3 people doesn't mean that the person who's appointed as someone who has been appointed by this, by this thing, has to come before the whole of you. But if you bog down every subcommittee with the fact of it needing all 7 of you to be present, you're gonna have a lot more work than you need. So put people forward in the appointments committee as you've done for a long time. They come before the town council, then the town council make a decision on the appointment. It's pretty easy structure. But if you want to bog it down in more, things, get more people involved.
Izzy Higgins, 215 Bonnie Eagle Road. So I'm a little confused, which is not new, but this motion basically suspends the rules of procedures only for that one committee, right? Where we had just voted, or you had just voted to suspend the committee. Okay, well, it's a good chance to show some balance. It would be nice to see that taken. Thank you.
Any other public comments? Okay, seeing none, let's have council comments. Yes, Ms. Truebring.
I do want to say that the committees are open to every council member who wants to attend. So, and I just found this out last week or a week before, the appointments committee, they're there to find information. They're not making any decisions. Any council member can attend those executive sessions, and that's something that I didn't know until a couple weeks ago. So even though we are picking, or there will be 3 people assigned, any council member can sit in on any of those meetings. So I just want to put that out there.
Any other? Yes.
I would like to nominate Councilors Watson, Councilor Libby, and Councilor Macri to the Appointments Committee.
Okay. I'll second that. Let's have a roll call on that one, please. Unless there's any other council comments or discussion. Okay, seeing none, roll call on, well, let's sort of all in favor of the nomination, then we'll have a roll call on everything. So all in favor of Watson, Libby, Macri on the Appointments Committee?
Okay, that's good.
All opposed? One opposed.
Okay.
So then we'll have a roll call on the order as amended, being Watson, Libby, Macri on the Appointments Committee.
Thank you. All right, Braun?
Yes.
Libby?
Yes.
Macri?
Yes.
Strubing?
No.
Thomas?
Yes.
And Watson?
Yes.
All right, 60-26, authorize town council to accept federal, state, or private funds received in form of grants or gifts. Ordered that pursuant to the vote of the town meeting, the town council on behalf of Standish, residents of Standish, accept and expend on behalf of the town, federal, state, and private funds received in the form of grants or gifts through June 30, 2027.
Any public comments? Okay, seeing none, any council comments?
This is just a standard, what is, okay, thank you.
Housekeeping, yeah. Okay. Roll call, please.
Braun?
Yes.
Libby?
Yes.
Macri?
Yes.
Strubing?
Yes.
Thomas?
Yes.
And Watson?
Yes. Okay, now I'll open up the public items if anybody'd like to come up and speak. 3 minutes.
I'm going to speak for 3 seconds. I apologize. I was reading, I heard you say public comments, and that's why I got up and spoke earlier. I just wanted to make sure we understand that these 38 people made very good decisions on appointments and on anything to do. And like I said, I do have to agree with the counselor. I have never known any of them to ever not put an agenda on the item. And most of the time it's filtered through the town manager and Mary Chapman, wherever Mary might have gone. So sorry I spoke out of turn, but I was reading, I heard public comment on that one and I jumped up too soon.
Thank you. Any other public, yes, come on up.
Laurie Hill, Wildwood Road. I just wanted to clarify in terms of the council, when groups of people in different neighborhoods in Standish are having an issue, with traffic or whatever, that they really be encouraged to come forward. In terms of talking with voters recently, I was up in on the Sebago line, and they're having major problems with speeding up there. In the summer, it's a summer community, maybe we have some resentment towards them and they're out-of-staters, but the reality is they could be killed as well as a local resident by people driving very carelessly through there. So as we were talking to them, really got the feeling from them that they had come forward and spoken to different people, but their concerns have been fallen on deaf ears. So I just want to make sure that, again, this council is open and welcoming to people who are having an issue and that they're not shut down. So that's all I'm going to say, but I think this council is representing all of the people of Standish, and they have to be listened to. Thank you.
I'd like to respond to that if I may. We actually, so the council, I agree that they should be heard, but they're not gonna make the change. It's myself and staff, and I promise you, I get 12 calls a summer at least, and we have specific individuals, and I promise you that we pay attention to it. John Cross and I have worked with the DOT, we've worked with the sheriff's office, we've had staff, and they are short-staffed, we've had staff there running speed traps, we've put speed signs there, so I just don't want the public to think like, when you say deaf ears, I'm not sure who they're talking to, but I promise you, we care about it, we're concerned about it, and we have rules that we have to follow, but we take it very seriously.
Okay, all right, that's good for anybody who's listening.
Sure, absolutely.
To hear what's been done, and that you are open, and even though the council doesn't make those decisions, they need to know what's going on.
Absolutely. I think honestly, having email come to us or come to me so that I can distribute it to everybody, and so that everyone knows what's going on when there is a concern like that, and we add it to the reading or to the counselor's emails.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Izzy Higgins, 215 Bonnie Eagle Road. I heard a lot of similar issues from that area and from some others when canvassing. And the other thing that a lot of people were vocal about was dissemination of information. And not just folks like me who are Luddites and do better with hard copy, but people who need to access the internet and technologies to find out what's going on. And there was a lot of what day, what does it, when did this happen, and blah, blah, blah. So my takeaway from that is that dissemination of information could be improved in a number of ways, particularly maybe in navigating the website, that kind of thing. And also that people would ask questions and say, well, we've been to the council. And so, well, the council isn't the group that makes that decision, but there is a pecking order. And people are not always aware of who the responsible person, party, or group is. And so if there's, again,
that's the
any way
timer. So
that that can be,
Yep, yeah. We talked about that as a staff, and we agree, Standish is an older population, and we talked about perhaps putting something in the tax bill. I'm getting there, I'm AARP now. But
welcome to my world.
Thank you. But we did talk about maybe adding an insert to our tax bill so that people could say, if I, frequently asked questions, or if so we are
Good
aware
start,
of it. And,
absolutely,
Thank you.
absolutely. Thank you.
Easy. Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. Yep, come on up.
Joe Paul, Acres of Wildlife Road, Sioux Falls. I'd like to know from the Appointments Committee or the whole council what the procedure is going to be to notify people if they want to apply for the opening.
Yep.
And
So starting, the shopping guide comes out on, well, it's Tuesdays, but technically it's Wednesdays. So it comes out on Wednesdays. That will be posted for 3 weeks. And I believe the deadline will be July 6th to apply. I'll also be doing something on the website as well. So newspaper, website, and posting on the bulletin.
So July 6th, going to be enough time for?
It's 3 weeks.
No, before the next meeting.
The next meeting's July 14th.
So the appointments, yeah.
So
when will the Appointments Committee meet to go over any applications and then bring something to the council. Will that come to the council on the 14th?
That's the plan for it to come on the 14th. We haven't set the appointments committee meeting yet because we weren't sure who was gonna be
Right.
part of the.
I'm just wondering if that's enough time to try to appoint someone on the 14th.
We're gonna have interviews from the 7th to the 10th, and then have a nomination come forward for the 14th. So.
Okay, thanks.
Anything else? Okay, I'll open it to.
I just want to make a comment about people getting in contact with us counselors. If you go to the town council section of the town's website, all of our phone numbers are there. You can give us a call. You can also fill in the box and send us an email.
Any other public comments or public items? Okay, see now I'm gonna close that down. Any announcements today?
There are no announcements
Okay.
for me.
No executive session. Let's have a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Move second, all in favor? Okay, no gavel, but there we go. Adjourn.